Hi guys, it's Edwin Joseph Christie. This is Lab 3 Calculations with DAX for my Business Intelligence class. In today's presentation, we'll be talking about exports and imports of goods and services from Canada during the period 2000 to 2011. So let's get started. The contents for today's presentation will include why I chose this topic, screenshots of the raw data and clean data, screenshots from Power BI including the measures which I created, link to the YouTube video and the references, and at the end we'll be having a small interactive part showing you how I created the measures in Power BI. So why I chose this topic, as you guys know, every country does export and imports of goods and services. If your country is short in some kind of goods or services, so like in food or in hardware, a different country provides it to you, right? And this whole ideology, this whole export and import business has been growing since 2000. It helps government to make profit, and also the best thing is that it helps government and also people to have a strong relationship established between them. Does globalization play a major role in this? Yes, globalization does play a major role in export and import business. There has been a huge growth since 2000, but we can see a major dip in 2008 due to the recession which we had. Since then, it's been just growing. Population also plays a major role in export and import business. As population grows, the demand for the services and goods also grows. This was the raw data which we had. As you guys can see, we have information from 1979. We have unwanted columns, so I kind of cleaned it up to remove the unwanted columns, filter the data to show information from 2000 to 2011. We converted the values to be in millions. So it was in 100,000s. I converted the value to be in millions. The two DAX measurements which I used was the sum, and we used to calculate with sum. The second DAX measurement was kind of a tricky one, but it was a nice learning curve. I kind of read a lot, researched a lot. It was nice to learn something new. So I kind of liked the way how I did the second DAX measurement. So this was the first line chart which I created. As you guys can see, we have seen a growth till 2008 to 563 billion, and this line chart shows you the total goods and services exports in Canada from 2000 to 2011. And then in 2009, it went down from 563 to 439. And after the recession, it's been just going up. The next chart was the chart showing the profit. So it was calculated by the sum of total exports of goods and services subtracted from the sum of total import of goods and services. As you can see, there's a query, and there has been a dip in the profit which we made. So that is a bar chart which I created. That's both the charts together right there. And the link to the YouTube video will be uploaded at the end of this presentation. References which we use. So the references to the data set which I used, we got it from opencanada.ca. And thank you. So let's just get into a small interactive part. First, I'll show you how I converted my values in Excel to be in millions. So went out here, took a blank column, typed in a million. So you copy this one, select this whole column, right click, and then you have this option called space special, which helps you multiply the whole column with the value which you just copied. So you just click multiply and press OK. It's going to multiply this whole column. I had to do that because in Power BI, the values which are showing up here was in thousands. So I did that because I wanted the values to be in billions. So we have the first chart created right here. The major changes which I made are, we go into format. The first measurement which I created was total goods and services trade. So the exports. I right clicked here, new measure, and we created the sum. I added the filter into this chart because we only do the exports of goods and services. So we did that for this chart right here. The other thing which I did was I went to y-axis in the format. Display units, I changed it to billions. The same thing which we did with data labels, I turned it on, and we turned it to be display units with 2 decimal values. The second one, the same way, we right click, new measure. We have the new measure right here. Total profit, which is kind of the calculate the sum of both exports of goods and services subtract from calculate the sum of import of goods and calculate the sum of import of services. So that's what we did. The same thing, we converted the values to be in billion right here, data labels in billion with 2 decimal points. So that's my final presentation. As you guys can see, the recession has made a drop, but it's been just growing up. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you.